How many of us stood in front of a full closet and had no idea what to wear? Despite the fact that we have often done a lot of shopping. Every time when we didn't feel good, someone upset us, or we simply felt empty. Or we saw a cool social media influencer who came up with a big new trend we simply wanted to follow. Do you think it is okay to visit fashion stores often and always come back home with a bag full of new clothing items? That is close to a bad shopping habit called impulsive buying. Nowadays, it is so easy to enjoy the luxury of buying our clothes frequently due to its affordable prices. Thanks to the internet, shopping became more accessible even for people who do not live in big cities. This pleasure of shopping is connected to neurotransmitter dopamine. Some research shows that anticipation has a higher level of dopamine release than reward itself. It has been suggested that a dopamine high can be equivalent to a high felt while gambling or drinking alcohol. These addictions have strict rules and regulation around them for consumer safety. Yet shopping addiction seems to be an acceptable addiction. The survey by Greenpeace called After the Binge, the Hangover, revealed how many people all over the world consume far more clothes than they actually need and use. It's not just a Western problem, it's an international phenomenon. The survey included at least 1,000 people aged 20 to 45 in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Italy, and Germany. While people seek happiness and self-worth by shopping, the survey results show that they are deeply ambivalent about their behavior. Stating guilt and shame, people often feel bad about their own useless purchase. Increase happiness in the long term. Around 50% report that their shopping excitement wears off within a day. The binge is followed by a hangover. However, you will always have a feeling that you don't have enough clothes. Excessive shoppers experience emptiness and boredom in between shopping periods, with feeling of restlessness and dissatisfaction fueling their desire for further shopping experiences. Young, highly income women are the most vulnerable. The spread of online shopping and social media makes people even more susceptible to overconsumption. People around the world have already reached the point where closets are cluttered with cheap trends from yesterday that are no longer wanted or used. American and European markets are saturated. Second-hand shops and markets are overflowing with unwanted clothes. So today's activity, we're gonna have a look into your wardrobe. So pick one of your clothes and tell us why you bought it. What was the reason? Was it an impulsive purchase? Or how often do you wear it? Or do you even wear it at all? How to stop impulse buying? First, give yourself a waiting period for impulse purchases. Because you can regret in a few days purchasing an item that you simply have not worn, you bought an item that you can wear. Let's say wait for 24 hours before making a decision to buy, or 2 weeks if you are online shopping. Often, you'll completely forget about whatever you didn't buy if you decided not to buy it. Second, get to know your impulse patterns. Is that the item that you are looking for a long time? Take a minute to see if that's a trend behind what you gravitate towards when you impulse shop. Maybe you saw that often on social media last week, but that is not really your style. Maybe you are angry, bored, or sad, and you need to do something for fun. 3. Think about what you can do with the money instead. It can be helpful to pause and ask yourself if the money you are about to spend on an impulse item could be better spent elsewhere. Money saved for a trip can make you much more happier in a long-term perspective than a dress bought in a binge shopping session. 4. Ask yourself if you really need it. Maybe you just can't use that item in 3 different combinations. It can also be helpful to set a limit on how many of the same thing you can buy if you tend to be drawn to similar things over and over. If you already have 5 baby blue dresses for summer, you probably don't need another, no matter how cute it is. 5. Explore why you want this particular thing. If you know what triggers you, you'll be able to proactively get ahead of yourself and stop the impulse buy. How to stop impulse buying? First, give yourself a waiting period for impulse purchases. Second, get to know your impulse patterns. 3. Think about what you can do with the money instead. 4. Ask yourself if you really need it. 5. Explore why you want this particular thing. So, see you in the next lesson. Bye!